Hi, Gemini. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor, and this is your reading for the month of January. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Happy New Year. I'm up very early in the morning, very early. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, okay. And my little mini message is the first one there is the first one served. So what I think that means is, you have an idea, like act on it, act on it, or, yeah, just act on it. It's interesting, right? Because sometimes we have an idea about something and then, within 5 seconds or 10 seconds, it's like, I'm not going to do anything about that. It was just an idea. It's like, no, act on it. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer private readings. I also offer IET. I'm having a special on private reading. Whereas if you have a one question reading, it'd be like 10 or 15 minutes, it's $30. All right. All these little mini messages, they're messages for myself too. They really are. No matter what sign it is, they're all little messages for myself. It's kind of weird. I just thought I'd let you know that. Hmm. All right, so this is what I got right away. I have the Knight of Wands. I'll show you the cards. I have the Knight of Wands, right? I have the Nine of Cups, and then I have the Tower. And I'm getting this like immediate, like when I saw them, um, I think there's this energy that there's this energy of, well, if I go after my dreams and I have a strategy to go after my dreams, I'm going to shake up my whole foundation, and I'm really scared. And I'm really like, if I really go after my dreams, then I'm really going to shake everything up. Okay. Yeah. But it's not, okay, so let's say temperance is a really great card. It's really about rebalancing. It's really about fulfillment. It's about allowing yourself to be guided really by the angels in a way. But it's also, he's the alchemist. So, because, okay, I'll give you an example. So let's say you have always wanted a chocolate shop. Let's just say. I walk around here and I'm like, this would be a good place for a chocolate. I mean, I don't have a desire to start making chocolate, but I mean, I love chocolate, but so as I walk around here and I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know if you know, but I'm in Mexico and, um, I'm a foreigner. So I see things maybe that the locals don't see, right? Um, so let's say you're a scientist and you really understand um, chemistry, right? And that's your job. But what you really want to do is be a chocolatier. Is that what they call it? Anyway, so that's where temperance comes in. It's like, well, if I'm really going to go after my dreams and I'm a little bit frightened that it's going to shake everything up, it's not like my past experience can't inform me. And it's like, I'm going to take that and use that. I can combine the two. Oh, it has to be this, it has to be one or the other. It has to be black or white. Maybe not. That's what I get. There's a healing, there's a self-healing. Oh, I'm really scared I'm going to be disappointed. The interesting thing about this card too, Three of Swords, right? So a lot of times it's heartache, heartbreak. Okay. It's a three. It's creative. And it's creative thought. It's, I mean, you know, if you don't look at the iconography, it's the three, creative, swords, thought. Creative ideas, creative thought. Maybe it's time to start a new story. Maybe it's time to start a new story. It's interesting. I don't know. I feel like from last week's reading, and you're only my second sign this week. You know, I do it every week. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm playing favorites. Um, Life's too short to not go after the thing that satisfies you, whatever it is. You know, I don't know what it is for you personally, but it's like, yeah, I think this is the time. This is the time. We're, you know, we incarnate once. I, in this incarnation, in a way, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you're being called to play music, or you're playing called to become a scientist, or you're being called to travel, then travel, become a scientist. You know, who's to say? Well. So I watch some of these guys. They're sort of amateur archaeologists. Now, I don't know if what they say is, you know, on the money, but I don't know if what the archaeologists say is on the money either. Maybe it's a combination of the two. I don't know. But it's like, who's to say, well, you know, oh, you don't have a piece of paper, so therefore you're not an artist, right? Or you're not an archaeologist, or you're not valid. Who's to say? You know, identity is such a funny thing. It's time to start a new story. You're being led. You're being comforted. It's about union of body and mind. It's a really interesting card. It's about union of body and mind. And it's really about, in a lot of ways, it's really about the union of, you know, of really the love of spirit with oneself. Okay. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be an open road for you? It's an open road. It's a fresh new idea. It's illuminated. Oh, maybe I can take some chocolate courses at the community college. It's, you know, it's like if I decide, let's say you are the scientist, right? And you really want to do the chocolate thing. You know, you take some classes, and it's like you don't have to have a chocolate shop to be a chocolatier, right? You don't have to be a professor of archaeology in order to be an archaeologist. You don't have to you know, play with the Philharmonic in order to be a musician. You know what I mean? Look at this. It's so funny when the funny. I always get a kick out of when the fool and the world come up together in the same reading, because it's the beginning of the deck, it's the end of the deck. It's you know, something new starting and something else ending, and you know, it's almost simultaneous. It's almost simultaneous. It's almost like you went across the hall by accident, like in school, let's say you were in like a real science school, like just for an example. I don't know, I'm doing other science stuff. You're, and you're like a chemist or, something. I don't know that much about science. And you're in the lab and blah, blah, blah. And then for some reason, you get confused and you go across the hall and they're giving a French class and uh, something ignites in you, you know what I mean? And the next thing you know, it's like you switched your major to French literature or something. It's like, what? That's the way I feel about the whole thing. But I think, it's not, doesn't come as a surprise. I feel like it's something that's, been brewing in you for a long time. It's like your secret wish, and you're kind of afraid, or you're afraid like you're going to shake up your foundation, and you're like, oh, I couldn't do that, and it's like, well, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. So many people, they think, well, what's my soul purpose? And our soul has a lot of purposes. Our soul has a lot of purposes. And I think the greatest purpose that we have, I really, really believe this, and I really, really feel this. The greatest purpose that we have here on the earth plane in this incarnation is to be in joy, is to experience joy, is to follow the thing that makes us happy. And for some people, it might be hula hooping. For some people, it might be skydiving. For some people, it might be knitting. You know, I mean, that's the beauty of being in the garden of earth. It's like you get to be the flower you are. You get to have the opportunity to be whatever flower you are, right? So, if it's calling you to be a rose or an iris or a daisy or, I don't know, a dandelion, then go after being one of those flowers. And, if there's a flower I haven't mentioned, I could be here forever mentioning flowers. um, Maybe you want to be one of the insects in the garden. Maybe you're going to be the gardener. I don't know. All right, let me show you the cards. I have a strategy toward being fulfilled, but it's just going to turn my whole world into, like whatever. But I don't know. I think I can actually think I'm being led toward it. And there's all this creative thinking, and maybe I've been disappointed in the past when I've tried, but this is a new road. This is a new story, and I can actually dig into it because the old stuff just doesn't serve me anymore. I know that I'm loved eternally by spirit, and maybe I need to tame my negative thinking so that I can start on a new road, because I have this illumination and I'm willing to take a risk because I have a brand new idea. Second ace. And I really feel like it's going to be fulfilling. One more. It expands me. It's adventurous. I feel limited. I felt limited. I don't really want to feel limited anymore. It's a really nice reading. It's a really nice reading. It's exciting, actually. I feel like everyone's on this road. I really do. I really do. It's like, a million people are going to stop being mechanics, and a million more are going to become mechanics. and a million people are going to stop being artists, and a million more are going to become artists. And it just feels like that. It's just, I don't know. That's just this whole energy I'm getting. It's like, I think people are stepping into their light. I think that's what's happening. And it's really weird for it to happen to so many people at once. It's very odd. It's really interesting to watch. And I feel like the same is going on for me. So anyway, that is my January take. Blessings.